Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Cosmic Verse titled Single Unmarried Women Are Demanding Love from Men. This sounds like a hilarious one. Let's get right into it.
What is with men thinking going to their house is a first date? Like, I'm not going to your house. You're lucky I'm not crazy and I don't rob you when you invite me to your house.
Not me complaining every single day that I don't have a boyfriend, but then getting the ick every time a man even looks at me or tries to speak to me.
You need help.
I made a video last night about going out in public to try to find my future husband in the wild instead of on a dating app.
Women are so used to dating apps, they forgot how to talk to men in real life.
And a lot of the comments that I'm getting are saying that men don't approach in public because they assume that a woman is in a relationship and they'll get rejected. And some comments saying that like they wouldn't look at me and think that I was single, to think that I would be even someone that they could approach and try to, talk to or whatever. So my question is, how does one look single in public? How would I present myself in a way that would lead others to feel like I was available for them to approach me if that was something that they wanted to do?
So they expect men to take all of the risks, but won't even consider making the first move.
This is an actual question because I don't know how one looks single other than like I walk around with don't look at my nails, they look ugly right now. If I walk around, like, obviously don't have a ring on my hand, but that doesn't mean I don't have a boyfriend. So how do I look single? Should I just carry around a sign that says, hey, I'm single and available. If you love Jesus, come up and talk to me. Let's have a chat. What do I do?
We aren't allowed to approach anymore. Many men won't approach, as it's now common to be labeled a creep for doing so.
Now they say that men should shoot their shot, but the risk of being labeled a creep, honestly, is too high.
We've been labeled creepers for so long, that's not worth the rejection approaching. You approach if interested. Guys are tired of approaching just to give compliments to get the side eye. The easiest way for a woman to know if a guy is single is to see if he looks happy. I'll just leave it at that. The reality is that many women are seeking relationships, seeking love, but they've hit a dead end because no man is coming up to them.
They spent their youth chasing the wrong men and only changed their tune at 30 years of age. It's completely ridiculous.
Some of them, as this woman mentioned, have given up on dating apps and try to meet men the old-fashioned way. But that isn't working either. This growing frustration stems from a shift in how men and women interact today. In the past, it was more natural for men to approach women in social settings, but now there's a certain reluctance on both sides. The old-school way of meeting someone, through friends, at parties, or just by striking up a casual conversation, is fading as the pressure to meet online has taken over.
Dating apps have made modern women very lazy. They don't realize why quality men have left them behind.
And when that doesn't work, it can leave women feeling defeated. Just as many of them are today, left wondering where can they find a man.
Also, just a general question. I'm just getting so confused. Why is it that a guy asks you out on a date, right? And then leading up to that date, they ended up ghosting you and unfollowing you on Instagram when you did nothing.
Ghosting is empowering when they do it, but when it happens to them, it's this huge problem, and men are the issue because they don't give us enough attention and we lack emotional maturity.
I mean, I post stories about my life. Like, do they think I'm too crazy or what?
Okay, serious question here, y'all. I am curious as to how long you should be single before you start preparing and planning to adopt a shit ton of cats and go completely batshit fucking crazy. Just asking for a friend.
What used to be a cat lady joke is now honestly a reality for so many modern women as they get pets for comfort instead of having a family or a long-term marriage or relationship.
I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this in their life, but it just dawned on me that I've been single for 5 years. 5 years. This is the longest I've ever been single in my entire adult life. And nobody is piquing my interest. Nobody. I watched 10 Things I Hate About You today, and I was like, you know what we're all missing? We're missing feelings. We're missing emotion. We're missing pining.
Modern women act on unchecked emotions, ruining relationships and isolating themselves just because they quote unquote feel like it.
We're missing attraction. Like, is it because everybody is on something? What is going on?
Being in a relationship and/or getting married is such a risk nowadays. Men are done with courts, drama, nonsense. Golfing and fishing, really happy. 5 years for me, and I tried to date at the end of 2024, and I don't think I can anymore.
They demand more while offering less, yet they wonder why men are not interested in them.
I keep seeing women every year, and it never works out. I end up finding their lies and losing trust. Net result is single.
I feel like we're just at a point where we're just giving up on relationships as a whole. All the single people out there right now just are giving up. Men and women are like at this weird war with each other. It's so odd that like men are just assuming I'm a certain way and I'm assuming they're a certain way, and it's like this weird like standoff between us.
Men got tired of the double standards and they just chose to walk away. Now women are panicking. A lot of them are concerned that they're going to be single and not be able to have kids or go into, their 40s and 50s without a man.
And we really just both want each other, but like we don't want to be the one to like put our pride aside. I don't know. It's just this weird thing. It's only getting worse. I feel bad for like the teenagers, like the 16-year-olds right now, who are literally learning from us how to date. We are bad role models. It's a good thing I don't have any kids right now, because I would totally not be the one you want to look up to.
It is so sad how many young people rely on TikTok for dating advice, guys. I cover many videos where women are on here giving dating advice, and it's like some 40-year-old divorced woman. Absolutely insane.
Just saying.
Men and women are at war with each other because women started the war. They painted all men as bad men, and that caused the majority of men to take a huge step back away from them. And guess what? Their plans are backfiring. Many of them are now asking for men, wondering when they're going to get married, wondering where the good men are. That's just the reality of modern dating that we're facing. For years, men have been told they're the problem.
So many of these modern women blame men for absolutely everything, but men can only take so much before they just decide to walk away.
Labeled as toxic, controlling, or oppressive just for being men. The message was clear: women don't need men. Men are disposable, and relationships should revolve around female empowerment at all costs. But now, the very same women who championed independence and push men away are realizing the consequences. I do believe that good men and good women want each other. They just can't find each other.
A lot of these women, they claim to be genuine, but also a lot of them are just lying to try and trap a guy into commitment.
Yes, I'm in my feminine era, but apparently so are all the men.
Of course. Naturally.
Have we checked in on the men? Have you had a conversation with the men recently?
Yes, quite often, in fact. But I have a feeling this subject matter expert has noticed something that the rest of us may have not.
They're like baddies now, it's crazy.
Baddies. Okay.
The term quote-unquote baddie is so ridiculous and stupid, I don't even know where to begin.
Global problem. The other day, my friend went out on a date with a man. He looked at the menu, looked up at her, and goes, "Is it okay if I order the steak?"
So they were being considerate?
What? They want their bills paid too.
Well, maybe some of them were just trying to give women the equality that they've been asking for. Because there's a lot of women out there that want their bills paid.
They ask you what you bring to the table because they're hungry.
No. They're asking what women bring to the table, because quite frankly, there's quite a lot of women out there that bring nothing to the table except for their appearance. And a lot of men want a little bit more substance to their relationships than just someone that's pretty.
They get defensive when asked what they bring to the table because honestly, a lot of these women bring nothing whatsoever.
like getting a dog from the pound, but instead of a collar, they're wearing skinny jeans.
Is this what they mean when they say no one is coming to save us?
I mean, in the spirit of equality and all. A lot of you call yourselves strong, independent women. Time to stand up and save yourself instead of relying on men to do it.
Well, something most of us have realized is that women hate being treated equally. I mean, isn't it funny? This is exactly what they wanted.
They don't actually want equality, they want special treatment, and then they cry when they get called out.
And guess what? Now that men are giving them the equality they demanded, men have gotten a new nickname, baddies. They've received that nickname simply because they want reciprocity. But I, for one, thought we were in our soft guy era. I guess I was mistaken. But this is no surprise at all. Whenever women don't get their way, they always resort to insults.
Throwing insults when they don't get their way is totally childish.
When these so-called high-maintenance women expect these kinds of treatment out of men without willing to add anything to the relationship, they're just looking for a man to use. At the end of the day, men are just adapting. If standing firm, setting boundaries, having self-respect, and refusing to simp makes them baddies, then so be it. They're just mad because no man they want is bending to their will.
Modern women expect men to provide everything while they literally offer nothing in return to men.
I have a controversial opinion when it comes to dating. So guys are usually the ones that need to make us the prize, put us on a pedestal, put in the effort, plan dates, initiate conversation, do all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that, but as a woman, I feel like I should be putting in effort too. I feel like I should also plan a date here and there. Hey, what are you doing Friday? Let's go do X, Y, and Z.
They demand pedestal treatment, but forget that relationships are a two-way street, and so many of these modern-day women want to put in absolutely nothing.
I can initiate conversation, say, hey, good morning, how are you today? The way I look at it is I am looking for my prize as well. We're kind of both prizes for each other, so we should both be putting in effort and both be putting in work to hopefully get our prizes. I don't know. I'm also pathetically single, so what do I know?
Men will literally promise you everything before they put you through hell.
She blames all men for her bad experiences instead of her own poor choices in men.
They'll introduce you to their parents, they'll introduce you to their friend group, they want to get married, they want to have your babies. They will know the favorite food you eat, they're gonna order you at the restaurant, they will get you flowers, they will call you an Uber, everything you want. And then, suddenly, unexpectedly, on a random Tuesday night, they're gonna tell you that you have nothing in common. And they're gonna be cold and distant and just not care about you anymore. Like, like they just caught their feelings.
Let's be honest here, she ignored him and took him for granted, and that's why the breakup actually happened.
And I wonder, when does this happen? Why does this happen? And how we know if it's gonna happen or not? So if there are any men out there watching this, I need your thoughts on this, because I, as a woman, don't understand how you can cut feelings. Do you cut it prior? Like, do you know you're not going to catch feelings for this woman ever and you're just there for the fun? Or is it something like happens overnight?
Men are not villains, but when respect fades, so do the men's feelings.
This can happen for many reasons. Either she has an OnlyFans, or he realized that he's not getting anything back for his efforts. If a man is putting that much effort into a woman and then suddenly starts backing away, there's always a reason behind it. Men don't just wake up one day and decide to stop trying. It usually happens after a series of disappointments, being taken for granted, feeling like he's the only one investing in the relationship, or realizing that she's not genuinely interested in him, but rather in what he can provide.
They use men endlessly, but just act insulted when asked to give anything back whatsoever.
Maybe he noticed she's entertaining other men, keeping her options open while expecting him to stay loyal and committed. Or maybe he got tired of constantly chasing someone who only gives him breadcrumbs in return. A lot of men are waking up to the fact that their time, effort, and resources are valuable. They're no longer willing to be used as emotional crutches or walking wallets.
Where are the guys that actually want long-term relationships at? I get this question asked pretty much every single day.
They claim that good men are rare, but never looked for them when they had the chance.
And to be quite frank, they're not going to be at the bars, clubs, or the frats. We all know this. Where are you going to find all of the good guys that actually want a long-term relationship? It all comes down to places that would be considered kind of boring to most people, such as a high-level class in a classroom, the gym. 100%. If you see somebody every day at the gym around the same time that you go and you notice that they don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that's a perfect.
The gym is not supposed to be a dating spot. Women have absolutely ruined gyms a lot of the time, guys. Like, they think it's some sort of social event. People are there to work out. They're not there to find romantic partners.
Opportunity to start talking to somebody. Workplace, I've had multiple friends meet their future wives, girlfriends in a bigger office. That's a great opportunity. Religion, if you are religious, go to your affiliated church or whatever it may be, and bam, just like that, you will have a common interest with somebody.
If you want to be treated like a princess, if you want a soft life, if you want a man that's going to look after you like a queen, then why are you dating men who don't like you?
They chase looks, money, and status, then they act confused when it doesn't work out.
Why are you chasing a man? Why are you dating toxic guys? Why are you dating guys that breadcrumb you? Why are you dating guys that do the opposite of everything you want in a man? You do realize the more you entertain that, the more you're pushing your dream life and your dream man away. You want a soft life where you're treated like a queen, you're going to want to date someone that worships the ground you walk on. And vice versa. This is not just about you being on this pedestal and the guy trying to reach you. No, you are his. He has got you.
They could have had stability, but they embraced unrealistic standards that made them miserable instead.
And he's a nice guy. Yeah, this is what I think people are like, oh, I don't want to date a nice guy. That's boring. I don't want them. I want to have to chase them. What? Ew. Date the nice guy. Date the stable guy. Date the guy who you can rely on. Date the guy you can trust. Date the guy that calms your nervous system, not ignites it.
I kinda agree with this, to be honest. The only issue is that, as she pointed out, modern women don't want nice guys.
So many of these women live recklessly in their youth, and then later on they decide to look for stable men, but they consider these stable men to be boring for them.
Nice guys are only reserved for when they're done playing the field and giving their best years away. And that's not fair to the nice guy, because now he's dealing with all her past traumas, emotional baggage, and regrets. What's even worse is that the nice guy often doesn't get her best self. He gets the version of her that's tired, cynical, and just looking for a provider.
Men know they were never the first choice, just the backup plan, and this is why a lot of guys have opted out of dating altogether.
She's no longer the youthful, optimistic woman she once was. Now she's just looking for stability. And deep down, she may not even truly want him. She just needs him because the men she really wanted never committed to her. And that's the harsh reality. The nice guy isn't her first choice. He's her backup plan, and no man wants to feel like he's just the last resort after years of being ignored.
Even when, quote-unquote, settling down, they still refuse to give their man the respect that he deserves.
Put a finger down if you're in your 20s and you've never been in a relationship before, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so weird for that, and then you meet this guy, and you really like him, and you're like, oh my gosh, this could be it, and it's your 4th date, and he's trying to sleep with you, and you're like, no, I don't really want to do that, unless I'm serious with someone. I've only ever slept with someone once, one time, and it wasn't a good time, so I just want to wait to do that with someone who cares about me and I'm serious with, and he's like, okay.
These women who weaponize intimacy are not worth the relationship in the first place. It's manipulative, it's damaging, and the women who do this are a waste of time.
And then a month later, he asks you to be his girlfriend, and you say yes, and then you sleep together, and then he breaks up with you the next day.
Ouch!
But he's like, oh, I still want to be with you. I'm so sorry. So you give him another chance. And another month goes by, and he asks you to be his girlfriend again, and you're like, are you sure? And he's like, yes, I'm sure. And you're like, you're sure? And he's like, yes. And so you say yes. And then 5 seconds later, he's like, wait, no, I don't want to be with you.
Are you stupid? She took the player back after a month, yet she acts like she bears no responsibility.
I absolutely don't blame guys to go for younger girls, not only because of look-wise, but because they are more fun. I recently went for a dinner with my friend. I looked at this couple and I realized that this is their first date. So she proceeding telling this guy that I'm in my 30, like I don't play games anymore. Like I need to know your social security number, your job, your position, what's your plan, da 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 da. I mean, like, girl, relax. He got scared.
Announcing that you're quote-unquote done with games is just admitting that you wasted your best years screwing around with dudes who did nothing but failed to give you commitment.
I think it took them 15 minutes to get a check, and like he ran away from her. I just turned 30 and I understand like you want to be strategic about your dates because you don't want to waste your time. But like, listen, guys are spoiled nowadays. Be fun, be normal. At least like a couple first dates. And then you proceed asking all these questions, but not on a first date. Are you crazy?
Yeah. A woman who comes off asking a man how much money he makes on a first date is a complete red flag.
Men are not spoiled, they've just had enough of constant disrespect.
That's not just a casual question. That's an interview for a walking ATM. Those are honestly the same types of women who hate on men the most for going after younger women, claiming that men are intimidated by their success, when in reality, men are just avoiding entitlement. And let's be real, asking a man for his social security number over dinner, that's beyond out of line.
Leaving after the check was smart. The social security number request was absolutely insane.
Unless she was trying to commit fraud, there's no reason for that level of financial interrogation. What's next? A credit score check before dessert, a background check before the second date. It's funny how these same women demand financial transparency from men immediately. But if a man were to ask her about her past relationships, body count, or what she brings to the table, he'd be labeled controlling or insecure. Oh, right. Double standards are only for women. What a joke.
Men got tired of a decade of insults and just decided to walk away. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Make sure you drop a comment and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.